Hello, welcome to my channel, I Dream of Books. My name is Elliot. Today I'll be doing a review of Old Man's War. So without further ado, let's get into it. The blurb of Old Man's War is, John Perry did two things on his 75th birthday. First, he visited his wife's grave, then he joined the army. The good news is that humanity finally made it into interstellar space. The bad news is that planets fit to live on are scarce, and alien races willing to fight us for them are common. So we fight to defend Earth and to stake our own claim to planetary real estate. Far from Earth, the war has been going on for decades. Brutal, bloody, unyielding. Earth itself is a backwater. The bulk of humanity's resources are in the hands of the Colonial Defense Force. Everybody knows that when you reach retirement age, you can join the CDF. They don't want young people. They want people who carry the knowledge and skills of decades of living. You'll be taken off Earth and never allowed to return. You'll serve 2 years at the front, and if you survive, you'll be given a generous homestead stake of your own on one of our hard-won colony planets. John Perry is taking that deal. He has only the vaguest idea what to expect, because the actual fight, light years from home, is far, far harder than he can imagine, and what he will become is far stranger. Why I believe you should read Old Man's War. It is a military sci-fi, and I've been told that it is similar to James Corey's The Expanse series. I find the concept as unique, and when I first read the book, it makes me wonder how the author will pull off the story in a satisfying and complete way. Why I wanted to read The Old Man's War? I wanted to read The Old Man's War because I read the title and then the description, and it sounded awesome to me. I mean, being 75 and going into the military is a unique thing to think about, and you wonder why people that are that old are wanted for the military. Then it makes you wonder about the technology and why Earth is the way it is, and then what is out in outer space. What I liked about the book, I like the humor. It is geared more towards men than women, but I kind of like it. It's like locker room sort of talk sometimes. The conflict throughout the book is compelling and drives the story forward. In addition, the action rises and falls, giving breaks to keep your attention. There are hints dropped throughout the story of mysterious units and events that have happened in the past. One of them is called the Ghost Brigade, which is the title of the next book, The Ghost Brigades. There were a lot of physics, especially theoretical physics, used throughout the story. I find it great the author did that, because adding the physics makes it realistic in my opinion, and I love physics. So if you love physics, this may be for you. A fun little anecdote, I once wrote a paper for a college class, and it was on human cybernetics. I used a lot of science in the paper, and my professor told me to rewrite the paper with less science. So if you love physics, this book might be for you, but if you do not like science, as much science in your story, this might not be for you. I found the book, it's way better closer to the end of the book, and it really had my attention at that point. The book overall feels like I went on a journey or an adventure with the main character John and experienced what he experienced. The sentence in the last chapter hits hard, and I thought to myself at the time of reading, oof, that's a shame, and makes me kind of want to read more. I love the ending of the book, even with what I disliked about the book. I did not like the lack of description of characters in the environment. I wish there was more description to help me feel like I'm in the story. The author didn't describe the characters as much as I would like, which left me wondering what did they actually look like, or the environment actually look like. This is not necessarily a bad thing, but there was more action than description, which kind of ties in with the point I just made about the lack of description. You can tell the women in the story were written by a man, and that fact took me out of the story a bit, as the women didn't seem realistic at times, and I wish the author had done a better job in writing women more realistically. And throughout the book, the author would talk about a new alien species out of nowhere and would not describe what they look like, and that was one of the biggest issues I had, where he would out of nowhere name a species of an alien and then act like we should know about it, which bugged me. Overall, I really like the book, and I am excited for the next book, Ghost Brigades. If you like my review, please feel free to pick up Old Man's War by John Scalzi. I will be linking the book in the description. If you've read the book, please leave what you thought down in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you liked my review. If you have any book or video recommendations, please leave them in the comments below. Have a great day.